Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. They touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Aha. Now him not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun awamo, lamo dododo. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun today, oh, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun today.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Tonight, I'm going to take you to Alaba International Market, where the Tinubu's boys went on a rampage, but they were resisted, pushed back by the brave traders of the Alaba market. So I'm going to take you through that. Not just there, in that same Lagos today, as they have become so heartless, cold-hearted, and without empathy, the Nigerian police were at their best again, this time around against disabled, physically challenged athletes who served Nigeria, but they were not paid. They were protesting earlier today in Surulere, and the police, Nigeria police, they were shooting them. They were shooting teargas at physically challenged Nigerians, athletes who served Nigeria. You need to share this broadcast.
Lórí Facebook, And yes, we like Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. And yes, we like
Also, you know, this man said something yesterday, and that prompted Atiku to come out and say, well, I'm not sick. I'm not, you know. So you have two health challenged individuals trying to be the president of Nigeria. But this guy said Atiku fell after Kaduna and they have flown him, they flew him to France. He was unconscious. Who was that guy? This guy.
Record. That's all you ever do. Well, record anything you like. Scandal after scandal. Every time insult. For God's sake, what is your problem? Everybody wants peace, but you know it must be insult, it must be this, it must be that.
You have been abusing me since, and I've said no word to
You
you.
will not insult me, you will not be.
Leave me alone.
Who the hell are you?
Stop abusing me.
Come and carry this girl.
And yes, we like
Thank you very much.
And yes, we
But there is also something huge that many of us are watching from far. I don't know how many of you watching me right now, especially from outside Nigeria, who have properties in Nigeria. You know, that's something that you call, usually when you travel abroad, right? One of the evidence of being successful abroad is to have a property back in Nigeria. So, in the last, for the past 3 weeks, Nigeria has been experiencing what you can call a disaster, a flooding that has killed over 600 people. Not just that, the flood that has destroyed over 340,000 farms, running into over, over 1 million acres of farms across its path, which will further contribute to food shortages in Nigeria. Human rights crisis is looming. People have been displaced from their homes. Many people are actually living they've lost everything, and they are now living in internally displaced people's, internally displaced persons camps. This is not making headlines in Nigeria. I am not seeing that like I am seeing your reactions to what people say about your criminal leaders or your failing roguish government. So tonight I'm going to take you through that just to see what people are going through, unfortunately, right? Now share the broadcast again.
And yes, we like Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀sùnràkì. And yes, we like Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀sùnràkì.
Thank you very much.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òun.
Maiyegun ti dé. I love it. Yeah.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Thank you. Once again, good evening to you, good morning to you, or good afternoon to you from wherever you're watching from, right? If you have done the needful, which is like the broadcast, share it, and then relax. Then we can get started. This morning, the traders at Alaba market in Lagos, they woke up to the an army of jobless, organized thugs, popularly known as Agberos, demanding that nobody would open shop because they have violated the sort of, the security they are enjoying. What is that security? In Lagos, there is this culture of extortion. It is general, it is widespread. But you see this particular group called the Agberos. Usually, when you hear Agbero, ordinarily you think, oh yeah, that's about transportation. I mean, what do they have to do with markets? What do they have with traders and all that? Of course, they have a lot. And I'll tell you, it's a racket. Agberos is a structured system, a structured thuggery violence system in Nigeria. But I will use Lagos as a good, or let's say textbook description or definition of what they really are and why they did what they did in Alaba today, and they're going to do worse. In Lagos, you have the jobless, untrained, unemployable, violent group of young men and old men as well. So usually they are found at different parks in Lagos, which is their main abode. Now at the top of that, they have Ed. At the bottom of that, then you have those who controls those garages from each area, as big as they are or as small as they are controlled by the same string of structure from that Ed. Now, from that garages, spread to junctions, to streets, where public transports like Danfo usually pass. Now, after, this is them now going beyond garages now, right? To junctions. So whenever Danfo stops at every junction, usually in Lagos, every junction is a marketplace. 90% of all, Lagos junctions are usually, you see traders, marketers and all that. So these junctions also, have what do they call the Omo Adubo, the area boys, who can have or not any connection with the real, their usual body, NURTW and all that, right? But these junctions are manned by those who have the authority of those who control the garages. Now, if you now see markets anywhere, any junction, you see those who collect money from, this is not garage now, those who collect money from those junctions, they also collect taxes or forceful extortion on those trading in those junctions. According to them, this is our own area. Abati Walele. Now, that's a culture. That's something that even those who are suffering from the consequences of all of these guys, right, have come to accept it as if like it is part of them. So everywhere you go, every junction that, you see them there. Now, that now extends to markets in these areas. Remember, it was Agberos was supposed to be garages. Then they have extended to junctions. Then from junctions, they form their bases whereby it is now extended into markets. I'm saying this to you because if you have lived in Lagos or if you are living in Lagos, you are never going to disagree with me on any of this. But that is actually not where I'm going with it, with all of this. So this Agberos that now extends their power into markets in different communities now controls the vehicular movement into and out of those communities. So if you have markets and you have delivery trucks coming from the northern part of Nigeria, coming from the eastern part of Nigeria, once they land in Lagos, before they get into the main destination, the markets, before they even offload everything in those trucks, the Agberos are there, the Omotas, the area boys. They are so popular. They know them. they dread them. Those who defend them on social media, they are mainly those who cause them off social media. Some of them will come here and defend them. But guess what? In real life, for those who have experienced them, they cause them every day. Because that's what you do to the Omotas, Agberos. Is that not what you do to them all day? You will die like because of the kind of horror and terror they unleash. Now, do you see how this terror spread there now? Yeah. Now, in those markets, apart from controlling who comes in and who goes out of those markets, and when I say control, I'm talking about they tax them. They now extended that to the traders in the markets as well. They call it protection money. You know, the markets are meant to be controlled by the local government administrations, as in legally. But in Lagos, the markets, or let me say the traders, they are to pay the allotment, different fees, by the way, that's, call them taxes to the local government. But those ones are the local government. They have to make another deal. Depends on how notorious the thugs in your area, in any part of Lagos, depends on how notorious they are. So you have to make another deal with them. It is either you are going to make a deal of don't disturb the traders. Okay? We'll be giving you some annual amount of money, like security money. Yes, people pay security money for ages now anyway. To thugs, area boys, criminals, many of them ex-convicts. You know what I mean? I mean, they will tell you if Agbero comes to you, if area boy or thug come to you to harass you, by the time you try to say, you say, I don't get family, I don't get anything to lose. Now you get family, now you get full show, I don't get full show, I don't go jail. I don't go jail 3 times. I'm finish, yes. You better give us money. You better give me money, or else we'll go destroy you right now. Don't know, that is what that's who they are. And then you just have to pay. Or you probably have to pay otherwise. So people pay them security money. But if you are in your shop, so that security money is not extended. In that same Lagos, it's not extended to those who are hawking, those who are doing kaya, wheelbarrow pushers. There are those who are helping people to carry their their wares and all that. If you buy something in the market and you want them to help you carry them to where you could get or to your car or whatever there are those who work like that. Kaya, they carry for you. These Agberos, who have appointed themselves as lords in different parts of that Lagos, they tax them every day. You know that woman or that small boy with a bucket or with a bowl of sachet water on his head, yeah, is paying tax to the Agbero in Lagos. There was actually research done on them. You know what that research was all about? It was to check the circulation of the extortion that goes straight into the pockets of the Agberos in Lagos State in a year. Guess how much it is? 149 billion naira. Yes. MC Oluomo is a billionaire. To some of you who probably have no idea, he is a multi-billionaire. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Where is government now? Why will government allow all of that? That is nonsense. Listen, you are saying this because probably you have never lived in Nigeria, okay? It sounded like it's nonsense. It's, where is government? Hang on, we'll get to that part. But if you are to ask, where is government? I mean, that's impossible, and you are in Nigeria, you are an hypocrite, a liar. But we know your likes. Do you get that? So I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of jobless young men and women, untrained, unemployed, unemployable, who live off extortion. And in that racket in a year, 149 billion naira is what they get. Oda 1,000 naira, 500 naira, Okada, this market, that's 50 naira, 100 naira, 20 naira, all those money. As at 2021, when they did that report, 149 billion naira goes into the hand. But you should know, all of this doesn't go into the pocket of the Agberos and their leadership alone. You know that. Because for them to maintain that kind of supremacy, control, and immunity from prosecution as well, then they must have not been the only one sharing that proceed. For years, for 23 years, it became a thing since democracy started. No thanks to Tinubu, by the way. 149 billion. So the authority, who is the authority? Tinubu himself, who happened to be their father, and is not ashamed of them. Listen, he's very proud of them because he can control, he can talk to them. So definitely, that 149 billion they collect from everyone, everywhere, all year round, like I said, they did not end in the pocket of MC Oluomo or every of his lieutenants, the police commissioners, the police DPOs, the police IG, the military chiefs, and those who get the cut of that all year round. So that is where they got their power from. And that's exactly what happened today in Lagos. I mean, they confronted you. They didn't burn the market. Usually, when they realize that, because, when they come, if you resist them, when you resist them, because most of the time you are more than them. Do you get that now? And most of the time, these guys themselves are a bunch of cowards that they can't really act on their own, except they are on their eye drug, sort of, intoxicant and all that. And at the same time, as a mob, that's the only way they feel like invincible and powerful. So if you rise and then repel them, you realize that they will run. But my worry now is that with the Alaba traders or with the government of Lagos State that is making so much money from the traders and the buyers in that market, Alaba International Market, would they, because of the political threat that they believe that the Igbos poses to Tinubu's presidency, 2023 presidency, would they just ignore like they ignored today? The police, the military, the government, and all that. Like they have ignored all this while, yeah? Would they probably just pretend and ignore and watch their thugs burn down Alaba market? You know why I said that, yeah? We woke up to thugs, jobless thugs, attacking traders, tax-paying traders in Lagos, those who contributed to your huge IGR. Then you saw some jobless criminals who grouped themselves and they attacked them, prevented them from opening up their shops for trade. And guess what the reactions were from some of the miscreants on social media? Go back to your state. Everybody should go back to his state and leave Lagos State. If you cannot comply with Lagos rule, go back to your state. Then I begin to ask myself, is extortion, are you proud of these thugs for real? Are you Tinubu's Lagos Abobakus? Are you guys actually for real? Like you are backing thugs who are attacking the source of your IGR for real? Those who are not adding to it, but depleting it. Is that how mad some of you have become now? Is that how how sad your lives have become now? A multi-billion dollars international market that thugs insist, and they are insisting that the market should be paying them. Now I'll tell you what happened. They said the thugs, the Tinubu boys in Lagos, in that part, Alaba, like I explained earlier, they controlled outer part of Alaba, and they control every loaded vehicle. If you go to Alaba to buy anything, before you move that thing out of Alaba, you will have to pay a certain, not to government, to them. They are there. Or they will destroy your car or destroy something that is more expensive than what they're asking you to pay them. So this is like normal. Then they said they wanted to start collecting money from those who were trading outside shops. For example, when you enter Alaba, you realize that some of the main shops, they are at the back. Outside their store, some of them, you will see an extension where there are other displayed, you know what I mean? And the market executives rejected that proposal. They said, no. We have been paying everything that we're to pay to government, including to your own leaders too, as a market, okay? This market is controlled by Tinubu's daughter, Fine, which is Yaloja. So we have an annual fee that we pay to her as the Yaloja. And we also have an annual fee we pay to your own leaders too. Now you can't change this and just jump into the market and say you want to begin to charge every trader 1,000 naira every day. We are talking about tens of thousands of traders. Oh, sure you get. So you'll be collecting 1,000 naira from them. No. We are not going to accept that. So they started the campaign. Go back to your state then. Leave Lagos for us. All of you should go back to Aba. Go back to Onisha. You cannot stay here anymore. That was what started the fight too. So even if you are a Tinubu supporter, are you proud of that? Like you jump on social media and you are like, go back. This Igbo people, are you that daft? I mean, Esa, ṣáyé yín ti bàjẹ́ bẹ́yẹn tó ti ayé yín ti wá ta tán pátápátá bẹ́yẹn tó yẹ pé kò tiẹ̀ wá sí nǹkan kan lórí yín mọ́ ni. Torí nǹkan tẹ́ ń jẹ, ẹ tẹ́ fẹ́ bá yé ara yín jẹ́, ẹ fẹ́ bá yé nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ jẹ́. Now that's what happened. So the people just said, you know what? They started calling themselves, you know what? Don't come to the market today to open. No. Just come back here. They have gathered now. They want to start wahala. You know, the normal wahala, they will enter their market, they will start destroying their stuff. You know, somebody said, no, all of this, let's all be honest. One Yoruba madman. He said, let us all be honest here. Now the Igbo people go lose. Do you really think it's only the Igbo people that are trading in Alaba? Are you that daft? And do you really think all the multi-billion dollars, trade that goes on in that market every day or every week, do you really think they serve the Igbos and not that same household, that same Lagos as they are? Are you that daft? And then you go back to the east. Really? Well, they are not going back to the east. If you want them to go back to the east, the first step is to let them have their Biafra. Do you understand? If you let them have their Biafra, more than 80% of them will leave the entire part of Nigeria back to the eastern Nigeria. You can put a bet on that. Now, Maiyegun, they cannot, or they near. I'm telling you that they would, because their development, their growth, and every other thing that has been stunted, like they have stunted their own progress as well in Nigeria, will automatically no longer be in control of Nigeria. So they're not going back. They're not going back because of you thugs, you jobless miscreants, you bunch of lazy low lives, pickpockets, freeloaders, scavengers. Go back to your state. Then you can go to your local government and go and share money this Friday. The money they collected from those who are actually doing the job, trading, working. No, you bunch of low lives like Tinubu. So they are not going back. They said, well, if we have to go back, it's not going to be because of you thugs. Now, so it started this morning.
Alaba don't dey on fire like this. If you know anybody, tell am make dey in house. If not, go see Wala.
As you want. I've got a lot. They are short clips. Sorry for the poor quality of them, but just listen to the voices as well. Here is another one.
Seamen around. Update from Alaba International. Igbos are out. See what is happening live. Boys are angry right now. Let's let them come. Update from Alaba International. Men are angry. Can hear the sound of gun.
Sure you get. Again, if you want them to go back from this moment as a Tinubu supporter, you should begin to speak on the referendum and let the Igbos go. Let's go back to Alaba because I've got a lot. I've got loads. Here is another one.
It's happening live and direct in Alaba. Agberos versus Alaba. Bam! Who there? Who there? Who there? Happening live and direct in Alaba. Who there? Agberos no get level. Agberos no get level. Agberos no get level. No level. No level. No level. Happening live in Alaba today. Alaba versus Agberos. They don't get level. 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 No. They don't get level. They don't get level. They don't get level. They don't get level.
Oh yeah, chase them. They will run. Seriously, I mean, them be Agberos, thugs, low lives. If you see anybody defending them, now one of them. I am a Yoruba man, and I would never be proud of all those miscreants, ever, never. And if you are a Yoruba man, I don't think you should. Or you are one of them. It didn't end there. There is another one. Chase them where you see them.
Each score, man, day, you choke. Alaba don't choke. Each score. Things and things will come on board. Each score, man, day. Alaba don't choke. Come on, get around, Joe. Don't smile, see boys. See men. See men. Alaba need a smile. Oh boy, see what they say. Hey, live and direct. Even if you don't know it was follow. Each score, man, day, you choke. Alaba don't choke. Each score. Things and things will come on board. Each score, man, day. Alaba don't choke. Come on, get around, Joe. Don't smile, see boys. See men. See men. Alaba need a smile. Oh boy, see what they say. Hey, live and direct. Even if you don't know it was follow.
understand?
I don't even know where they're going, my God. Father Lord.
Let's down back our money inside them.
Close up. Off for the light, I beg. I just hope they're not seeing us from here, Father Lord. Hey, God. They should not set anything ablaze, oh, Jehovah.
Our Lagos. You see our Lagos? You saw the part where the Agberos, you see them, and you saw the part where the market, the traders were staying. Did you see that number of the marketers or the traders that were waiting? Do you see the Agberos on the right part? They are not many. They are not. Our worst fear right now is that we hope we won't wake up tomorrow or wake up in a week time and they will say Alaba market is on fire. And if Alaba market goes on fire, the Tinubu's boys, they should be proud of themselves, okay? Because, they represent hardship. They represent agony, pain, horror. So they will celebrate it, and they will probably come on social media to say, may them go back to their state, go back to Alaba, go back to this and that. Because the reason why they are saying that is that number of Lagosians who are Igbos, born and bred and raised in Lagos, many of them, sure you get. Some of them, your papa sold your family land to their own papa. Today, after that, they are born in Lagos. Today, they are the landowners in Lagos. While some of you are Agberos in Lagos, collecting rent, collecting owele. Oda, follow. Now my uncle, father, papa, brother house. They the end of that road. Now we first come this street. You be a Maiyegun, give me money and say, but what do you mean? I know where they born you. You, Akibu, that look like a 70 years old man. You are not older than 24. Now you are looking like somebody who is 74. So you are telling me because I'm a Mekabi. I know where they born you now. I know where they born your mama. Yes, I know when they born your mama. I know when they marry your mama mother. Because my pale, don't they hear, Tete, ask your grandfather. You know what I mean? So some of you have no shame. Your papa sold your family land. And then you are angry that those who bought the land and those who bought them, they are not giving you rent. Go back to Aba. This is Yoruba land. They are not fighting you. There is no Yoruba land. So if you are going to be angry that the wealth of the land is not in your hand, it's in the hands of the rogues that are using you for those ethnic bait and tribal bait and all of that stuff. You are just, I'm ashamed on your behalf as a Yoruba man because they don't represent the Yoruba, true Yorubaness in us. But that's what Tinubu represents. And the agony of that is that when they destroy all of that, okay, it will affect the bragging rights of IGR. And then at the end of the day, then the hardship will triple because eventually what you are having at peace, as in so close to you, then you would have to that's what you represent anyway, suffer for it. We hope they are not going to excuse me, if your audio is not sort of sounding right, mine is fine. I can see from here. Sorry. I don't know. Should I say I can see? I can hear. Well, sort of fine. So whatever they are telling you or teaching you about punishing people you don't like, destroying them and all of that, we hope you also think about the consequences of them. Okay? Because there's so much hardship coming your way as APC, Egbe, as what they represent. If not, how come there are some of you right now are not angry? Angry that more than 20 states in Nigeria are experiencing this massive flooding that has killed over 600 people. They were picking they are picking people inside water after days of being washed off. In Bayelsa, in rivers and all these places, people who died in their sleep because of this flood. Let me show you. There's a dam in Cameroon. A dam in Cameroon, they call it a Lagdo. It's called Lagdo Dam. Let me see if I still have a copy of it to share with you. They call it Lagdo Farm. I mean, sorry, I said Lagdo Farm. Lagdo Dam. I bet it is this one. Let's see. One sec. Right.
Don't go. If I go to this road, no be chance.
It's part of the destroyed structure. So hang on.
Oh, fuck. Even Jonathan mentioned contacts.
So I'm going to share that clip with you. I managed to get a clip of the dam itself, right? A very short clip like that, where the water was gushing from, and is flooded everywhere in Nigeria. This has destroyed over 340,000 farmlands across this Nigeria. Food, for those who have managed to even grow some food, farms and all that, they have been washed off, destroyed. Homes destroyed. People have been displaced. Property, people have lost things. But why this is not making sort of headline in Nigeria is what I don't know, right? Let me show you a few clips from East-West Road, going to Port Harcourt, the River State, and going to Onitsha. Even Onitsha, Adamawa is underwater, Kogi is underwater, Lokoja, so many places like that. Well, for few clips we have to share, that can give you an idea that if this was happening in America today, everyone in Nigeria will probably be talking about, their own analyzing flood and all that every day. But here we go. In Nigeria, we are not. Here is one of them.
Oh, fuck. Even Jonathan mentioned contacts. Oh, man. No be chance. And then side boot. Oh, man. I got medicine no follow. No go follow. No go follow. Oh, man. Number one man for Africa and herself even contact. No be choice.
That brother is talking about Jonathan's house. Here is another person who captured Jonathan's house as well. This one.
Fuck. Good luck is down.
Hey.
Former president of the Republic
Good
of
luck
Nigeria.
house. Good luck house. See. Former president of Nigeria. Jesus.
Video this side. Oh God, the tracker is down.
Nothing special. There are other hundreds of thousands of people's houses that have been destroyed as well. They are not Jonathan, you will say. Somebody like this ones who said that they slept in a waterbed for the first time, also in the Niger Delta part of Nigeria. Yeah.
This is the room. I slept there, like literally high, so high. I had to sleep in like is it on top of the water? More like a water bed. A swimming pool in your own house. You don't need to pay for anything. This is how. Yeah, this is the room. So we're taking a tour.
Taking a turn on who sleeps on the air one or who is going to actually have to sleep in the water bed. But let's go back to the streets. We're in some part of Niger Delta. The sad tale of the flood in Niger Delta part is that when the water came and started washing everything, it started washing off. The area is already contaminated. The environment has been destroyed due to years of environmental degradation, and then due to oil exploration and then a gas flaring in that part, which has caused so much environmental damages in that part. Their soil is soaking in crude oil, is soaking in oil. So that water, when it came, it just is a mixture of a crude oil, all that stuff. Is horrible. It's horrible. Okay. So here is another one.
I'm going to call these people, please, call them. See water. This one a better flood. See water, Delta State. Delta. Not be small thing, now here we go. We did the hold up over 3 hours, 4 hours like this now. From Warri to Politico, sea road.
You can even say that is, in a way, manageable. The road are like tearing apart, things are like collapsing. You can imagine the damages. We're talking about real flood. I mean, massive one. Billions of cubic of flood water. So everything on his part is tearing them apart. Everything on his part. And sadly, the people they will have to be on their own, okay? So here is another one.
There's a house that I show you guys. There's a house that I show you guys. Yeah, the guy just built the house under 2 months. The house has CCTV all around, but I don't cover the house. The White House is there. There. The White House has CCTV all around. And the other one is the house.
Look at that. Look at the street lights. Look at the gate lights. See the gate lights. See the security light.
See someone living there. Just like the edge of
That's the problem.
That is Anambra. This past 1 week has been a hell for so many people. And I bet so many of you abroad have received phone calls if you have been affected by the flood as well, right? If your properties have been submerged too, I bet somehow you are it's a waiting game, isn't it? Just waiting for the old water to dry down so that you can start counting your losses and the damages and all that. For now, the bodies counted is over 600, right? And the water is not yet, So, I mean, like calming down. Here is another one to share.
Don't go. If I go do this road, no be choice.
This road, the time
And that is the road that leads to between Port Harcourt, I believe, and then Bayelsa. So the flood also washed off the road, broke it into 2, and well, I don't know. Here is another one as well. Something that where people are learning how to even cross the road. This is major road, though. This is not river. This is not a stream or something. This is a major road where that house happened.
See where I want cross enter. Imagine how people are going through, crossing to Aoda. See where I deal with. I have my last bus stop. I will cross here before I update tonight. See my guys there for back. Everybody they change. Yeah, I want to remove my shirt now. We are singlets.
People were drowning on the street. Can you believe that? Drowning on the road. A place that used to be, it's not like there's this force or something, right? But boom, somebody's drowned. Oh, what happened? Let's revive them. That's what's going on around all these places as we speak. Back to Onitsha, by the way. They come after the storm. I've been at they come before the storm. So people have improvised. And then this capture from Onitsha.
That we are doing.
The government is dying too much.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
So, Onitsha is now like the Venice, China Venice of Africa. Abi of of Nigeria. So people are still trading, and you can just have to use a canoe, a paddle canoe or something, and you can just maneuver your way through the markets on water, place that used to be dry land. And that's also that. Even though they are telling people that it is the climate change. Listen, I don't want to say it is not climate change, okay? But it could have been controlled 40 years ago, right? 40 years ago, Cameroon devised a means of controlling that flood, right? And Nigeria was supposed to build similar dam so that whenever they release the water, Nigeria will receive it. So, which means Nigeria, after receiving it, Nigeria will be using that same water for irrigation system. It's always going to be in use, not like we are keeping it. It can generate electricity for more than 8 states in Nigeria who are so closer to that Adamawa and others. But Nigeria launched a project called Dan Hausa something project. It has to do with using the dam to be, building a dam, right, to prevent what is happening right now in Nigeria. But they didn't. As usual, they never built the dam. So every year, Cameroon will release the water from the dam. If they don't, the dam will break. And that is not just going to be a disaster you are seeing right now. It's going to be like at the end of the world. You know that one that they said, God ended the world with flood or water. That's exactly what you're going to be witnessing, like a real disaster where you'll be picking dead bodies in thousands. But look at what you have seen so far. It still won't tell them or make them do the right thing. If you take a look at what the damages actually looks like, it is something like this. It's like a 1 minute silence, Abi. It was like the longest 30 seconds of your lives or this evening, Abi. Of course. Now that's the example of what the flood has done. That is Lokoja. Do you get that? Now, imagine if Cameroon, if they don't have any dam, and Nigeria, in their way, they don't give a damn. They don't give a toss about you. Imagine how long it's going to take to wipe off the entire Lokoja from the map. Wipe off Kogi, Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and all those places. Wipe them off the map. Then start coming down. Wipe off Edo. Maiyegun, forget that one. You have no idea. You don't. And that's how it works. But it is not just climate change. Okay, the rise in water. The explanation could be around the climate change. That's why I said it can be true. So don't always say, no, it's not, no. We know that climate change is real. There are people arguing about it. It depends on which side you belong to. Okay? But I am very sure this could still have been controlled if Nigeria was a country. 40 years. They saw that this will happen. Thanks to social media. Now, social media, they make you see her now. When Peter Obi was governor, and the governors before him, and the governors after him, and the governors all over the place in Eastern Nigeria, They've all witnessed this flooding. They witnessed it. Horrible ones, but there was no social media to record them for you like this, because they would have used their media to mix it up, and they will bring it news at 10. Coco no way, and other things, other junks that they feed you with. But thanks to social media, people can see and say, oh my God. So definitely, climate change is real. But what happened to common sense as well? What happened to that? That is why somehow, if you go to Nigeria and you are talking about climate change, you are likely talking to the wall. Because even those who are running for offices in Nigeria, they don't give a damn or a toss about climate change. When they asked Tinubu about climate change a few days ago, you know what he said? You don't. I'll show you so that we can read that together. One sec. So Tinubu said, well, climate change, is a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That is a way. We are a poor nation. Yeah? They ban coal will follow. They say firewood will not fefe. 1 second though. They say we need to plant more trees, and they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, start shining, and tell them, if you don't guarantee our finances and work up with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They do it. This is the word for word of what he said, just in case all their online Agberos, the ones they have paid to come and tell you and explain to you like you are more, what do you call it? Kindergarten. That an old man like this doesn't know what he's talking about. Are you with me? So now they are the interpreters on social media. Okay, Buhari has done well. Nigeria is progressing. It's just that we need, what do you call it? We need more money and all of that. So people are already being mobilized. In case if you suddenly see a lot of people that suddenly started showing up on your socials, on your WhatsApp, everywhere. 90 days online awareness on Tinubu's phenomenon. Now 30,000 naira job, they are recruiting right now. It is loading, as they say. And this is the man they are coming to sell to you. Right? The Buhari Pro Max. So if anybody is telling you that, what you were saying about climate change is right, here is the replay. Just a refresher. And then we can quickly go on and check what happened to Atiku. What happened to Atiku? And then where is Wike? What is Wike up to lately? I bet you this is just the first half of this conversation, right? Now, if you have just joined us, you can still take a moment and like this video, share it, and subscribe. Tinubu, what is your plan on climate change and the problem of herders, farmers, Fulani killing people and all of that stuff that they said is caused by climate change? That was when the church rat had the poisoned Holy Communion. Shame, shame, shame.
Yeah. Babella AKK. You asked me this question to drag me out on financing. What is delaying is financing. Nothing more. We have not been able, and I assure you as I'm sitting down here, we have not been able to create long-term money for long-term projects. Why? Give yourself an example. You have a house where you are sitting on a CFO, certificate of occupancy, tenured for 99 years. Isn't it? If you have a bond financing of 30 years, variable value, variable interest, and we give it a foreign guarantee as a nation, will we complete those two projects? There are so many ways to skin the cat. We are coming up with an unbreakable team of performers who are dedicated to the future of this country. If we want to play Ludo, I'm not part of that. But we want to play finance, project completion, audacious programs that will bring development to this country. We will do it. Take it and put it in your pocket. Another question. When? I think. Oh, the private, the climate change, Prof. It's a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That's the way. We are a poor nation. The bank code will follow. They say firewood, not food. They say we need, and they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it. Oh, they are just going easy. I don't want, you see, there are a lot of media group here. There are certain things they're looking for. I'm not going to reveal everything. Allah.
It is smoky Igbo. It is taking the
I don't want to reveal everything. See, there are so many media people here. I don't want to say everything. They will do it. Yes, they'll do it. For those of you who said, what did he say? Again, here is the transcript of what Tinubu said. There are some educated people, paid peanuts, are trying to spin for a sick man. Are you with me? He said the climate change is a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That is a way. We are a poor nation. They ban coal, we follow. They say firewood, we not fair. They say we need to plant more trees free, and they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shining, and tell them, if you don't guarantee our finances and work up with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They do it. They do it. Of course, they do it. Now, wait because wahala be this. That is why immediately after that, when he met with Pastor Ruga, he say, listen, Ashiwaju, when they say you should stay on the script, stay on the script. Okay? I promise I won't go outside the script. Now, say after me. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and on like that. Anyway, that is just on that. And that is why today, say out of a social media, you have people who have now taken this thing personal. Make her drink small tea for 30 seconds. They took it personal. And I know some of you, Lagos Sabobakus, you're going to be offended, I know. And I think that is what the obedience are also very, very much potent for, just to make you feel bad as it is. But talking about Papa we know well. This man came out and tweeted, you know, they've hired him, is the leader of the online Agberos for Tinubu, Femi, Funny Kayode, or for Food Kayode, FFK. He came out and he said, I can tell you on the authority of God who gave blah, 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 blah. Atiku don't follow. I saw Atiku, he fell. They don't rush him. Immediately after he met with Tinubu in Abuja, you know, immediately after they left Kaduna, they said they met at Abuja airport. When Tinubu left Kaduna and Atiku left Kaduna, Obi left Kaduna, but on his way, he saw Atiku. I said, Atiti, is this you? Should this one visualize me? What is that? Is that PDP? Where's C? Some said that Tinubu was asking for the C. Where's the C? Because the last time, or what he probably remembers so much about Atiku was that Atiku was a member of APC. Egbe. For a moment, he was asking, where is the C? I have seen the P. I've seen P. Where is C? Anyway, leave that. So, Femi Funny Kayode now came out and said, listen, guys, they might not have told you, okay? Atiku know well. He don't follow. And they have taken him to abroad for medical treatment. Funny enough, right? Tinubu's media, social media, Agbero team is led by FFK. Atiku's social media, Agberos team is led by Keneri Dino. Now, Keneri Dino would have to fight back two mad people, as some of you will say. You know why they say FFK know well? Now, one of these ones. Apart from the short, I have a short fuse. So
Record. That's all you're allowed to do. Record anything you like. Scandal after scandal. Every time insult. For God's sake, what is your problem? Everybody wants peace, but you know it must be insult, it must be this, it must be that.
You have been abusing me since, and I've said no word to you.
Not insult, you will not be.
Leave me alone.
Who the hell are you?
Stop abusing me.
Come and carry this girl.
I won't say much on that, okay? But it's out there always. You've seen him, right? Now, he said that Atiku is even worse than Tinubu. She na Tinubu, all of them, they hear, they laugh. Atiku know well. That's the person who said that. They say, no, he know well. Because Atiku, they hear, they chop live. According to the, hey, where is Canary Dino? Dino, where is Atiku?
Hey, Daddy, wow, Mr. President, I beg, this place look like hospital. Does it look like hospital? The good members get second address, hunger and dangerous, Mr. President.
Daddy, Mr. President, Ojuaye cut jester, cut clown. Somebody, Papa, 70 years old man, is not done.
See person when they say the hospital. This place look like hospital. The man they here, they chop the food, they relax, they enjoy themselves, holding meeting, and you say that, man, God will help people with stomach infrastructure, no problem, hunger, no problem, may God provide for our needs, I
made you know. And I bet that Atiku is providing for your need. So meanwhile, Femi too. Somebody is providing, Tinubu is providing for his own food too. Ìyà
ti fẹ́ fọ́ orí anybody. Ebi ti fẹ́ lu ayé wọn fọ́. Ebi ti yà wọ́n ní wèrè.
Àwọn elébi, hustlers. They say Atiku, why Atiku can't they use pillow? I say, Baba, no, they ask me questions, Jared. They say, you say, this is somebody fell. And they can't say, okay, in the hospital. They show you say, no, the hospital. Wait till they ask again. I bet, no, now wait till I see how they talk. Sure, you get it. Now, when we see her for Wish year, if I see her for Wish year, I could bring her here. You get her? Just say where with the monitor call you, Sifnumbu and others. Because as he be, all of you just know say, you are on your own that we they talk. You're on your own, you're on your own. Don't die in the about to. Don't fight in this or that and all of that. Stop acting up like they care about you or you care about them, and stop spreading your own insecurity as well. These guys are rogues, and they don't have tradition, they don't have culture, they don't have ethnic or tribe, they don't have religion, they don't have anything. They are all united together to make your life same. PDP, APC, PDP, ABGA, Labour, and every other thing they call themselves. But it depends on the type of a picture you're painting in your head of them. With a Wike, we know they give up. The guy, you remember the last time that with a Wike told his followers that very soon, una go do what? Una go see politics. Now, with a Wike's politics is tilting towards Tinubu. So, as we are watching this video, where Wike has employed, can you believe that? He has appointed 100,000 special advisors on polling unit matter to stop Atiku. And it's not stopping there. He told them, are you afraid?
Just watch what will happen. Very soon, you will see politics. Do not panic. Do not panic. If they don't believe in you, leave them. It's not. Don't go and beg. Are you beggars? No. You cannot. Even the beggar say, God, this begging it will stop today. Do you understand me? I should be have been begging. Say, God, I begged enough. Today, this begging will stop. And I say, having come here today, the begging has stopped. They will see us very soon. I thank you and God bless you.
So, a week after that, where Wike was in Lagos. So that what happened in Lagos yesterday should not surprise anyone. Because in August, where Wike hosted his future partners. He met with Tinubu team in London twice. He met with Tinubu himself twice. And everything seems to be in order. Where Wike needs protection. After after all the dancing and all of that, if Tinubu can guarantee him safety that he's not going to be targeted, they are not going to do anything to him about the stolen money in River State and every other atrocity is committed, like we chant him, then he will work for them. So he sampled everyone. He met with Obasanjo and Peter Obi. He met with Atiku's team. He met with Tinubu's team. And he's finally settled for the Tinubu's team because they seem to be on the better side as we speak, even though they are still lying to you that they are with Atiku and they want Ayu to go. Even if Ayu go tomorrow, now just to fast track him. Now another one where Tinubu don't put in motion and he don't gel. It didn't start today. If you remember this, sometimes in August this year in River State, I don't know if you remember this.
Why you carry camera and come here? I beg. I don't see my brother. Are you going to introduce her? No, we are working with our own family. We are one family. Very much rich call. Former chairman. No, from our still chairman.
I mean, as some of you, the humbled slaves, will say, I mean, it's politics, Maiyegun. In politics, there is no permanent enemy, only permanent interest. And I've asked people many times, I said, okay, whose interest is now that permanent interest? Their own interest, not even your own interest. Shameless Mumu. Maiyegun, there is no permanent enemy in politics, and you are so proud to be quoting that. Dumbo. Politicians, criminal politicians, they came to public and said, in politics, there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemy. Hey, only permanent interests. Hey, like the wearies that some of you who actually praises your oppressors kind of make us feel, because you look like that. Like, how? No permanent friends and no permanent enemy, only permanent interest. And then I ask, whose interest do you really think these guys are pushing? Their own interest, not even your own interest. Anyway, let's go back to Lagos. This is not Port Harcourt. So Wike was there in Lagos and he met with the women. The women of, okay, put it this way, wives of Lagos state politicians. They have association. Do you know that? Yeah. The wives of Lagos state government officials association, or association of Lagos state, association of wives of Lagos state government officials. Whatever. I mean, they are wives of politicians. They have association. And that association invited Wike. And he quickly used one stone to kill two birds. He gave the women 300 million naira. And he endorsed Wike for second term. Do you remember when I told you that part of the offers that Tinubu is relying on? I'll tell you few. You don't need to believe me. Don't believe me. Don't worry. Okay? Tinubu is not preparing for election. Tinubu is offering bargaining to different state governors, different criminal groups like thugs, and all those stuff, right? Is making them offers. Okay? If you deliver this, you'll get this. If you deliver that, you can keep that. All the governors of APC, Egbe is offering them the same thing. All of you want to go for second term, and the rest of you have gotten your what have you. You would like you will never get any challenges from me. Now he's offering the PDP the same thing, and that's the offer. Wike took 2 offers. In Wike's team, he has Seyi Makinde that is going for second term. That one has stayed away from Atiku because of Wike, right? Autumn, who is spending his own second term, is staying away from Atiku because of Wike. Because of is with Wike. So Wike himself is spending his second term. It's not going anywhere other than ordinary politicians again and politician again and all that. Now you see the difference between all of these people. I'll tell you. Seyi Makinde has been promised that don't worry about any drama APC pull up in Oyo State. Okay, you have your day, you have your time. Good enough. The election is not happening the same day. So the presidency is going to happen first. Seyi Makinde is banking on that, and he believed it. Just same bobo that Obasanjo sold some of these AD governors in 2003. But don't worry, that's the offer they gave Seyi. So he's staying away. For Wike, he's going to have his field day. Okay, don't worry, you are not under any threat in Rivers State. He will install his own successor, and he's going to keep all the positions they currently keep in that same Rivers under PDP. Then after the whole he will not be probed for any criminal, whatever, at all. So he will be safe. His empire that is built over the time, they will still exist and will not be challenged. So safe. Remember that Maiyegun, they've already placed bounty on Autumn. I don't know if you remember that anyway. They said they are waiting for Autumn to finish his second term before they deal with him. They go Yamuturam. Because Nafatwa, then put on Autumn, a state governor. As you are watching Autumn, as you see him, is declared wanted, dead or alive, by the Maiyegun. Now, Autumn continued to say the Fulani terrorists terrorizing Benue State, they are receiving the backing of the Buhari's government. And Buhari's government has continually said they would deal with Autumn, but they couldn't. He's a governor. They can't do anything, right? So, Tinubu has offered him that same offer they are offering to Wike. Don't worry. Once Buhari is not there, nobody will touch you. Just work with us. So as we speak, they will just have to remain in PDP and deal with Atiku. How that goes, who gives a damn? I say, may they tear themselves apart from within or from without. But Wike is leading the charge. And the PDP boys, they are running mad on social media right now. They are so angry, disappointed, anti-party, suspend him. But nobody will suspend Wike. Well, yet, because you don't know tomorrow they will suspend him and the drama will continue. Because yesterday in Lagos, where the Wike was there, first, let me endorse on Wike.
I came, like I said, if someone is not doing well, even if he belongs to my party, I won't come. So, for me, if you're in my party and you're not doing well, you won't see me. If you're not in my party and you're doing well, you will see me. And that's what I stand for. And I will not regret to say that I'm in support of you. I don't want to talk the other one.
I'm in support of you, my brother. You are doing well. PDP get candidate for Lagos. So, boys, being honest, according to those who are defending him. She's always not because that's the kind of the rate at which Nigerians they switch once they feel like something is going to make them defend or be defensive. They quickly switch and you'll be like, that was so fast. Yeah. You remember when Peter Obi showed up at Sheikh Osama bin Gumi? I still saw somebody who said, I don't know what is wrong with this Maiyegun. Osama was already killed by Obama. Why are you calling the honorable, respected Sheikh Gumi Osama. I said, what a baile, what a toshele, what a swishy brain as usual. You're asking me, why am I calling Gumi Sheikh Osama bin Gumi? Because he took picture with Obi. He no new. That's why they switch. So it didn't just stop there. The wives of Lagos State politician, all of you too, manage 300 million.
So on behalf of the women of Rivers State, my dear wife, who has extended her greetings to Her Excellency, her wife, and all the wives of governors and the wife of Deputy Governor that are here, we support this so it can continue the laudable project with a sum of 300 million.
Believe that the DJ has Wike song. As he dey pain them, he go dey sweet us. As he dey sweet us, he go dey pain them. Can you believe that in Lagos? 300 million. I'm on DJ Wow, best story in the, where the Wike's best song. Make I go look for him. As he dey pain them, he go dey sweet us. As he dey sweet us, he go dey pain them. I want to go and look for that song. I don't know. Because if not, I'm going to be singing it in my head all night. Hang on. Oh, damn it. I've lost it. Oh, well, that's a shame. Because I'll let it go. Or if I manage to come across it again. They have a song there. Almost 80 million. Everybody go have to react positively. But he told his disciples, he told them, he said, you will see politics soon. Don't worry. On behalf of my wife and Rivers State women, I give you 300 million. She Rivers State women. All of you Rivers State women. If you are watching me from Rivers, raise up your hand. A woman, if you are a woman watching me from any part of Rivers State, I know some of you currently are floating on your own canoe as we speak because of the flood and all that. Well, were you the ones who sent Wike to go and give the wife of Lagos politicians 300 million? He said on your behalf, he gave them 300 million naira. Now, so one woman say, I don't send them. Hey, Wike, which time I send you, say, you go give Lagos politician wife 300 million. I don't send them. I be River State woman. If nobody say the water, carry camera, go there, ask the women in River State and say, hello, madam. Mama, is it true that you sent your governor to go and donate 300 million? He told his disciples, he said, politics is coming. You should all be ready. Right? And then being ready, okay, I found it.
As they see with us, you go dey pain them. As they pain them, you go dey see with us.
Again. As they pain them, you go dey sweet us. Try it again.
As they see with us, you go dey pain them. As they pain them, you go dey see with us.
More. Can you in your life, can you ever believe that one day APC, Egbe, Lagos Abobakus, they are going to use that song on you as they pain them? Because Wike is on their side. It's just a matter of days now. He's going to endorse Tinubu. Yeah, and in a well-elaborate press release, and they're going to say they are doing it because of the Southern solidarity. Very easy to sell. Some of you are going to have to agree and say, well, that makes sense anyway. But some of you are going to be so mad, obedient, you now go mad. Say, this Wike is a useless. He's He's not going to endorse Obi because Obi won't guarantee his own immunity from prosecution. He killed over 2,000 people in Obigbo, in Rivers State. And he has been trying so well to bury it. So there's a lot where the Wike will be running from after 2023. So it needs that solid protection. The way and what happened in Abuja with Atiku and Co. And they say even Atiku or Trans no they help matter. Imagine somebody will won't be Nigeria president. The reason why Wike will be like, oh, Atiku go deal with me. And they have said it. They said Atiku go deal with them. When the Wike don't show Atiku, like Atiku get this kind of entitlement, born to rule or lead entitlement and all that. So, like Bokwari. So, standing on his way is an effrontery that you go pay. Oh, I swear. Ask Obasanjo. You go pay. Atif could not be one person will be say. So, when the Wike knows that, and Atif could not disappoint because, listen, in southern Nigeria, according to them, we don't think about Nigeria. We are Yoruba nation and Igbo nation. They were the Wike that killed Igbos to prove to Nigeria that he is one Nigeria. He saw the message that he himself, the hunter, will soon become will become the hunted. And it seems that Nakolu Tinubu can guarantee his immunity after office. Abi, if you listen to Atiku and you know waiting on the drag and you be Wike, you go wait after hearing this.
We Northerners always think about Nigeria more than other parts of the country. This is simply because we are multi-ethnic and multi-religious. There is no any other ethnic group in the Southwest other than Yoruba. There is no any other ethnic group in the Southwest other than Igbo. So that's why they identify themselves as Igbo nation, Yoruba nation, whatever nation they call themselves. But in the North, what are you going? You can only identify yourself as a Northerner because we are multi-ethnic and multi-religious. Multi-ethnic and multi-religious. When you come to, you give an example of grazing or open grazing. One, I am a manufacturer of livestock feeds, from cattle to poultry. Two, I have more than 1,000 heads of cattle. They have never moved out of one location. So it's simply introducing modern methods of looking after our livestock. No more, no less. I had a very big quarrel with the governor of Otom on his accusation of Fulani, this Fulani, that. Big quarrel with him. I say, I'm Fulani. Why should you categorize all Fulanis? And he admitted even his own ethnic group are stealing his own cow. I said, then why are you not calling all thieves? They are all thieves also. So, it's just that we have to improve on the way and manner we look after our.
Do you now see that either way you go, you are FUCKED. Put hands in the If you have kids around, now do like this. Put fingers in their hairs like that. Do that. Any part you turn, you are fucked. Atiku is Bokwari's Pro Max. Fulani terrorism is not going away. Hotom and Co, they have heard him. They've had private conversation. They have listened to his opinion. They have listened to it in private, in public. Tinubu, we'll hear that one again, so that maybe that one will inspire you. Oh yeah, motivational speaker, Tinubu, Emma Bino. I just want to make you read them. Because as you listen to Atiku now, how many you listen to this too? Then you understand what I mean by, oh yeah, cover the ears of those children again. Again, quickly. Anywhere where you turn for Nigeria, Atiku, Tinubu, you are fucked. Listen to this. Your future president.
Yeah. Babella AKK. You asked me this question to drag me out on financing. What is delaying is financing. Nothing more. We have not been able, and I assure you as I'm sitting down here, we have not been able to create long-term money for long-term projects. Why? Give yourself an example. You have a house where you are sitting on a CFO, certificate of occupancy, tenured for 99 years. Isn't it? If you have a bond financing of 30 years, variable value, variable interest, and we give it a foreign guarantee as a nation, will we complete those two projects? There are so many ways to skin the cat. We are coming up with unbreakable team of performers who are dedicated to the future of this country. If we want to play Ludo, I'm not part of that. But we want to play finance, project completion, audacious programs that will bring development to this country. We will do it. Take it and put it in your pocket. Another question. When? I think. Oh, the private, the climate change, Prof. It's a question of how do you prevent a church rat from eating a poisoned Holy Communion? That's the way. We are a poor nation. The bank code will follow. They say firewood, not coal. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They'll do it. Oh, they are just going easy. I don't want, you see, there are a lot of media group here. There are certain things they're looking for. I'm not going to reveal everything. Allah. I'm pitched against my party leader, Buhari. I would like to do differently from Buhari. I'm different. I am Bola. He's Mamadu. He has laid a foundation based upon the constitutionalism. He has done well. How did PDP 16 years? They forget that there's a railway line from Ido to Kaduna to Sokoto. They forget that the transmission line of electricity for 16 years. They forget that they need investment and services. Because Buhari is a gentleman, he just absorbs everything. I'm going to assure you, I'm not going to throw away everything that he has done into the garbage bin. I'm going to take those positive areas of it, work on it, and build a nation. This country is not about personality. It's about style. That is necessary to fulfill a dream. Here, I'm not supposed to get up and defend Buhari one way or the other. What is my party leader? He came with a vision. He came with a mission. There are so many of his programs that is all about Nigeria. And we will build on those foundations that is sound and sustainable. I tell you, when we want to deviate.
Nígbà tá à ń gbàdúrà ká bọ́ lọ́wọ́ òkú ayé kan tá a sì ń wò páǹbọ̀ ń bẹ̀ lọ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́ ìwọ ọlọ́run kí lè ṣe wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà gan tó tún wá gbé kọ́ọ̀lù mìíràn bọ̀ kọ́ọ̀lù burúkú lélẹ̀ abẹ́ ìbí ṣe à ń wò bí kọ́ọ̀lù.
Now, that's just a reminder to put you into the picture of what Tinubu, a pitiable relic. Sad to watch. I mean, you're looking at him and you're looking at somebody who could be your own father or grandfather, and they're making up that spectacle on stage that most of the people who were actually responding, they were actually laughing at him, thinking they are laughing with him. Something like, oh yeah, eja kilapo, kilapo. That Buhari came with a mission, and he came with a mission. Clap. This mission is about Nigeria. Do you understand? Oh yeah, clap. Buhari means well. I'm going to build on that mission and vision. Oh yeah, clap. It's a spectacle, isn't it? But it is embarrassing. But you're going to see more of that as they delve more into their dirty bag to bring out more and more. And you see the clowns that will clap. Very, very. But they are laughing at him. That's what's going on. Now, let's put it aside. I decided to put this as the last part of this broadcast because it's just to, there's not much details on it, okay? It's just to help you understand that sometimes there are some things that are just fantasy news, but at the same time, there are some important information that you don't let conspiracy take over, okay? I understand that Nigeria is in debt, is indebted to China. And as it be so, they will likely have to take some part of Nigeria up as a payment guarantee. But you have been reading it in the media or online that China is opening police stations across Africa. Africa, they collect money from China. And therefore, you have seen the influx of Chinese nationals into Nigeria, into other parts of Africa. Some of them working as, laborers, as whatever in their different Chinese businesses across Africa. And many of them too, who have committed different crimes in Africa, has led to some African countries banning some Chinese nationals from coming to their country again. Now, what this means is that as some of you believe that they do japa, nobody do japa. Reach the Asians, so Pakistanis, the Indians, the Chinese, and the rest. They do japa than you. In fact, they send people out intentionally just to assimilate, and then they call it technology. What's it called? Technology arc. Sorry. I think just take whatever they can get from you that they can take back to China, something new or something that is not so new but in abundance. So in Africa, China is not sending their best to Africa. Okay? Apart from their money bags, the one they mobilized with real money to go to Africa. Okay? And then buy as much land as they can. When I say buy, not like buy land and pay cash, like take charge and then establish the China's presence in Africa. They've been doing it for a while, but because of this, the last 10 years has seen the influx of different criminals, Chinese criminals, into Africa. Okay? Apart from them involved in illegal activities like illegal mining of natural resources. Let's go to Nigeria. They are involved in all of that too. So, or they are involved in industrial, brutality of Nigerians, abuse them, attack them. The other day, a Chinese national actually killed a girl in Kano because the girl won't marry him. And he's been spending on her. So she won't marry him. And then he went to their house with that audacity. He went straight into the house, chopped their door. The mother of the child opened the door. And immediately they opened the door, he charged at the girl and he attacked her and he killed her in presence of her mom. Because we have heard it that so many of those you call expatriates, Jinshun, Shungan, and the rest of them that you call your bosses, they are actually people who are serving jail time, hardened criminals who learned one trade or the other in Chinese prison. And the only place they could work when China would never give them opportunity to work in China. Some of them, from what they have learned in prison, plumbing, construction, drawing, mixing, other things they've learned in prison, they'd send them to Africa like a colony, like send them out so that, they can help China's establishment or expansion in Africa. So China have now realized that some of these criminals that some of you are calling expatriates, Maiyegun, right there in your different countries, with the crimes they are committing, it's like them repeating the crimes they committed in China that got them jailed and at the same time to serve the rest of their jail in Africa. So when they are arrested, right, there is no real collaboration from China providing the background information about these individuals. For example, when Chinese national attack like a rape or do anything terrible and they are arrested in Nigeria, the consulate will have to take over. In most cases, they send them back to China. They lure them back to China. In fact, according to what we read, right, they even threaten their family there to make them come back to China. But the African countries can't really do anything about them. You know nothing about them. You have no idea who they are. The Chinese government knows that. So to save you from all of this, what they are now doing is that they want to open their own police stations. Do you get that now? They want to open their own police stations all over Africa where they have interest. So that whenever Chinese official, just a Chinese national commits crimes, instead of Nigerian police to arrest them, now China police go arrest them. You go see China police station. I know. Sounds somehow, it's happening already. Nigeria have already signed it. The Chinese police are not going to arrest you. They don't have the authority to arrest you. They are monitoring their nationals, they say. Maiyegun, why are you talking like this now? Maiyegun, you are very smarter than this. Small time now, eh? The Chinese police go to arrest Nigerians. They will say they did something, they go to China. Oh, everybody, they suffer PTSD. Oh. But I know a lot of us are suffering PTSD. Like, something is telling you, you are right. And you know what, right? I believe you. But I'm saying that, listen, we need people to know what they are first. Okay? So before you begin to say, Maiyegun, sorry, I trust you, Maiyegun. We know what they do. Nigeria don't borrow money. They don't take us borrow money. All this Chinese train within Nigeria. If you no pay tickets, you still say that Nigeria police go arrest you. When they say shun like kumpun ra, shun anu when they say like 3 times, you are in trouble. Nobody go tell you say you are in trouble until they bring handcuff. They won't put you inside vehicle. Now Chinese kurupe. Baba, calm down. I understand why you are thinking like that. Now Nigeria, as you reason it will happen like that. I mean, let's even wait first. Don't let people die before the death come, okay? So when you hear that news, okay, it is not that they are coming to arrest you yet, oh. Somebody said, Maiyegun, I have it on a good authority. My intel, they said, you see that thing, it's like the colonial master of the hold. Some people, when they arrest them like that, now the Chinese labor camp for China, they go send them to. I say, Baba, calm down. They calm down. Calm down. If Chinese police bring handcuffs, say, oh yeah, enter. Oma Ugono say, wala don't do. But before then, jokes apart, okay? I will advise you, for those of you who are young now, the future that Nigeria is preparing for you is a sad one. I'm sorry to say that to you. It's true. It is a sad one. You might end up, right, living in different formation of part of Nigeria if they don't break up that contraption now and save lives. Do you get that now? You would have to probably go and learn some languages too. All your life, you've learned how to use a broken, mix it with Tata English like myself like this. Now where they go finish us, we say, if we don't understand Shinko or understand the Mandarin, they call it. I don't know how it's going to be. I can only imagine it. So the bottom line is that the criminals in Nigeria have sold you off. Or they have sold you. They've collected the change. They're just waiting for your offsprings. The children that are going to come out of you. So that they can use them too. And then the children that will come out of those ones too. Your children. Generation. They say, Irometa of Kintoshi. Baba, you haven't met one Nigerianist. Generational backwardness that they deliberately cling on to. And there's nothing you can say to them. I love reminding you about the consequences of your actions. I don't really have a control over what you choose to do or when you choose to do them. I yield. I yield, which means this is me. So I'm going to take a short break. If you have been following this from the beginning or in the middle and you actually love it. Oh, I love how this guy talks. This is the good side of me, right? I can be very petty, funny, blunt and all of that. But most of the time, I am not really that nice when it comes to how I express my feelings towards these rogues. And if you feel cool with me tonight, like that video, share it. And you can still subscribe onto my channel if you haven't already. Now, when I come back in a minute or two, I'll take a few calls. Then we can call it a night. again. And please, if you see any platform, anywhere, any link where people are raising funds, raising support for the victims of Nigerian, this massive flooding in Nigeria, please, nothing is too small to assist those in need right now. Now, because their media know they cover them, for now, there should be a national fundraiser. This is not government now, national fundraiser, where all the artists in Nigeria, even politicians, private, they will be promoting a national fundraiser that should be running into hundreds of millions of naira by now, right? For the flood victims, which does the flood that doesn't recognize whether you are Igbo, whether you are Yoruba, whether you are Hausa. It doesn't care whether you are Christian or you're a Muslim or whatever. He's picking up on everyone and on his wake. And guess what? People are counting their losses. They're going to have to bear the brunt by themselves. Should Nigeria never do enough? I mean, if it was a country. So if you dare see anywhere where people are supporting the victims, sending materials, sending a medicine, sending a first aid, food, clothing, money, and all of that, please, it's a serious stuff. I have done my own little bit. For few I've found us reliable. I've dropped my own widow's mite. It's called crowdfunding. Please reach out to them, and God bless you as you did, okay? As you do. And thank you. I'll be back in a minute or two to take few calls and, just enjoy the rest of the night, I would say. So don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. Hello there. I have somebody on the line. Oh.
Hello, my dear.
Baba, how are you, Lord? Nothing.
Google Glasgow.
Let me tell them. Be one.
I've been saying this as far back as 2015 election. I always have opportunity to be in Nigeria anytime election is coming. I don't know what reason why. Because I'm tonight. Something to do.
I shall be in Nigeria.
Yeah, I said something to them during that 2015. And everybody was like, no, we need change. Change last Buhari might be change. Baba, owó Yorùbá kan, ó sọ pé wọ́n kó ẹdìyẹ, ẹdìyẹ tó ń yé ẹyin, wọ́n kó ẹdìyẹ tà, wọ́n fowó ra owó. ẹdìyẹ tó ń yé ẹyin mẹ́wàá nínú mẹ́wàá yẹn tó bá pa ọmọ after try I make sure pé àbí mẹ́rin or márùn survive. Wọ́n rò pé ẹdìyẹ yìí gbogbo ẹyin mẹ́wàá ìlú ẹ̀ kó máa make sure pé ó ṣe tọ́jú wọn yè fún wa irọ́ o ẹdìyẹ yìí ò wúlò. Owó tí mo pa fẹ́ nìkan ní polling booth níwájú ilé pọ́pì mi ní eré àtìmẹ́ǹkì ní 2015. Mo ní nígbà tó ta adìyẹ yẹn tán wọ́n wá kó èèyàn lọ fi ra awó. Bàbá ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwó? Awó ò yẹ ẹyin débi kó máa pa ọmọ. Wọ́n wá bọ́ awó yẹn yóò dáadáa tán. Níjọ́ kan wọ́n yẹ ṣe mistake ọmọ pẹ́nu kéèjì ti fẹ̀ báwo ṣe jáde wọ́n yẹ fò lọ́sẹ̀. Awó dẹ̀ fò lọ́nu desert. So possible kí wọ́n máa lọ wá owó nu desert.
Gbèrè ìdánimọ̀ nìyẹn àti loss ni. Owó tí ó pè ẹ̀mọ́ kan tí Haruna Ṣọlá, you know what Haruna Ṣọlá said about that, baba? Orí kọ́ wà tí Haruna Ṣọlá kọ. Ó ní pé àwọn òpònú gbẹ́dì yẹta wọ́n fowó rawó. Àwọn fowó rawó ká awóyẹ́yìn mẹ́fà ó pàkọ́ òwò tí yóò pé ọba má jẹ́ ń bá wọn ṣe ẹ̀ṣàmí lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin ẹni tó lúwa tí ń bínú sí kí a má bá gbélé. Haruna Ṣọlá said something about that. Owó tí ò pé ni is a lost cause.
The point is, first, I really appreciate all your good job.
Thanks, Baba.
All your good job, Baba. I really appreciate you. Baba, you don't know how many people will they kill mentally with this program. Even though all those Tinubu supporters, Atiku, Obedience, Baba, then they come on top of your platform.
Yes, they are. Yeah, always.
All those things where you talk, Baba, now talk. But Baba, wọ́n ti fi poverty, wọ́n ti fi yí ọpọlọ wọn dànù. Tó bá fẹ́ sùn, lẹ́yìn tó bá gbọ́ Maiyegun program, wọ́n máa jókòó máa rògbò kìíní yẹn. Bàbá máa sọ fún àyàn pé, òun ṣe bí àbá ṣe go to bed ló ṣe máa ń sùn straight. I don't know whether it happens to other people, but it happens to me.
Normal now. When you are in bed, everything is like all thoughts will be coming to
your head. See, after they listen to your program, they go back before they go to bed. They know all what you've been saying is true. You understand me? But the problem is there is no way they can come out from their colonization mentality.
You know what somebody told me, Baba? Somebody said the problem with Nigeria is that for those who actually pretend to be listening, okay, their brain is in two parts, the left and the right. Sure you get. Now, they said, when you say something good that could change life or make them think, it goes through the right parts. Sure you get. Now, when they begin to process it, it comes to the center. And at the center, half of it is right, half of it is left. Sure you get. Now, left, right.
Yeah.
Now, they said the reason why nothing really works in their mind, even when you are talking to them, they are saying, oh, that's true. That's true. But the following day, they will do the same thing again and again. It's because on the right side of their brains, there is nothing left there. On the left side of their brains, there is nothing right there. So you can easily say, as you tell them this, as he enters from the right ear, it got mixed up, confused, diluted, and watered down, and it quickly gas out from the left. It's a total waste of time. Only experience will make a proper person think rightly in Nigeria. When they don't have that experience, they don't believe anything, even when they know what is going on. So yeah, somebody told me that, and I've never forgotten that.
About two more things.
No, don't make it one, so I can take another call too. Okay. Our time is not that much.
You're a wicked. Giving 300 million naira. Baba. Baba, that is about 350,000 pounds.
Let me tell them.
Baba,
Free money.
You know how many?
And it wasn't towards anything but the wives of the politicians of Lagos State. I mean, the audacity. It's Nigeria, a lawless place, Baba. Very lawless.
About you know how many schools, not be to build, to renovate. That 300 million I go do for some community. For that same river state, where you come from.
They will tell you. They said he gave those who are suffering from the flooding, right? They said he gave them 1 billion, the one they will never see. You know it. Abi? Oh, I've got approved 1 billion for the flood victims. But they are still picking dead body. I don't see anybody where they rescue anybody after they collected 1 billion.
1 billion on paper.
Only paper. Oh, you see that one? That 300 million he gave them in Lagos. He didn't just give those women. It is an investment to say, I am one of you. You women, go and tell your husband and say, me and your husband, we have settled. Oh yeah, now your own share be this. It's called investment, isn't it?
Yuba, awalania sateshi, atoroto dai.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ani, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, wọ́n tójú bá jẹ.
No, tẹnu bá jẹ ni.
Tẹnu bá jẹ.
Ojú àti.
Bàbá, tẹnu bá jẹ, ojú àti.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Tẹnu bá dẹ̀ ti jẹ dodo, kò ní tó dodo mọ́.
Kò lè sọ dodo kankan mọ́, forget it.
Which one, Baba? The China one.
No, we'll stop at there so that we'll manage them. Sure, you get. We are already past 10 and all that. Well, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Make her take this. Hello there. Sir, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Good evening, sir. And this is Maiyegun. Sorry, your name? The network, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on yes, I can hear you.
Oh, brilliant, sir. So I didn't get where you. I mean, you actually said your name. If that's okay, by the way, you're right. What's your name?
I'm Larinka.
Alarinka, you said.
Yes, Larinka.
Oh, Larinka, you're loud, though. How are you, Baba?
Yeah, I'm good.
You know.
I wish I'm home.
Okay. You wish you were at home when this call came through. You said, is that what you said?
Yes.
Oh, are you on the road going home?
Yes, I'm just going.
Well, you can just say hi to us. I mean, just drop 1 or 2 things, and then we hope we'll be lucky next time, and then you'll get through when you're at home. So,
I want to say thank you for what you've been doing. I really appreciate the way you've enlightened people.
Thanks, Baba.
Like 2 weeks ago, I was discussing with someone.
Right.
I was telling the person that Yoruba nation that we want.
Absolutely.
I was like telling me that I should not worry. That once we vote in Tinubu, that is what Tinubu will do. That they've already opened, that they have a group, a WhatsApp group, where they promised them that they should go and vote for Tinubu first. And after Tinubu comes in, then they will now talk about Yoruba nation. I told you guys that you'll be moving.
That one still they sell these days. Like people still believe that kind of thing. Papa, make I tell you something. Make I tell you one. One woman, right, was reading a WhatsApp message, and she was reading it with so much happiness, so much like somebody who just discovered gold, like something good. I say, see what I found, See what a person just said about Yorubas who are not supporting Tinubu, and I'm like, somebody, mama. Like people are not really mumu. But they prepare themselves to be manipulated. But it's sad, Baba. It is so sad when you see people who are supposed to be educated, right? Repeating what you just said right now. So Tinubu will fight, spend billions to be president of Nigeria, only to break Nigeria up. Does that make any sense? For 23 years, for 23 years of democracy.
They just want to brainwash you. They want to brainwash you guys.
Sure, you get. For 23 years of democracy, Tinubu never said one thing about Yoruba nation for once. He never stood for Yoruba people or Yoruba land. Nowhere on record. In fact, what is on record is that he has done so much to sabotage the Yoruba land since 1999. Yeah, right? Everything that is not part of before they push them, right? Tinubu will spend everything to crush it. And that's what he's been doing. So when somebody said Tinubu will give them Yoruba nation when he become president, Baba, I don't know where they take rate Mumu, but you can tell when you see one. Tell me. Larnica, my brother. God bless you, sir. So you have a good one. Oh. So where are you calling from in Nigeria? Where? I can hear some people talking behind. Egbeda, did you say Egbeda? Ikeja. I didn't get that, man. The network is so bad. Bega. Bless you. Now, thanks so much and stay safe, Baba, okay? All the best. Now, that is Larnica, our last caller from Lagos. You know, people know that all these things are happening. And they know that what people does most of the time is to try to silence them by bullying them, making them shut up. They tell them things they want to hear. Oh, you know, you don't care about your future, Abi. You are listening to that Maiyegun. You know that Maiyegun is in Scotland. That Maiyegun is a problem. But is what Maiyegun saying? Is any of what Maiyegun said? Is any of them is a lie or something? Is any of them lies? None. And the people who actually live there with you, who also live and experience this every day, they are also watching. So they have to bully you. They have to threaten you. They have to say a lot of things, blackmail you if they have to, just so you know that their life depends on Tinubu becoming something, or else they are done for. They are finished. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm all right.
Brilliant.
I want to raise a little controversy, if you don't mind, in 1 minute.
Oh, come on. We are controversial on here anyway. So, yeah, if people bring up, they say, have you seen that video of that guy who said, I want problem. I don't want peace. Give me problem so that I can solve them. So, please, go ahead. Your name, by the way?
Yeah, this is Ken.
Yeah, I know it's Ken. So, Ken, Baba, go on, please.
Nigeria is a very interesting place.
It is.
You know, in 2014, 2015, why I say it's a controversy, it will upset so many people, but better still, I like to make something out of a bad situation, though.
Please.
Prior to the 2015 election that brought Buhari, sadly, I was instrumental to bringing Buhari first time because I went to Nigeria. I was in Nigeria then, and I voted for him. Now, what led my action was partly the prophecy then that coming from Father Mbaka. I must be honest with you. Just in a few minutes, I want to...
No, I mean, being honest. I love that because many of us have something that got us to this angry point today and said, well, I thought that could save it, but it didn't. Now I'm so angry at myself. I'm so angry. Now people say that, but not everybody actually boldly will tell you why they are angry with Nigeria. So I want to hear that. Go on, Ken.
So many people warned me, and you know, at a point they were calling me Buhari back in the East, and you know what that means.
I know. You are like a persona non grata, like an Osu of the Hood.
So now, you see, when that thing started happening and we begin to see the opposite of what we thought would have happened, because I would say I voted with good intention and high expectation. But when things started turning the other way, when let me use myself, started disagreeing with myself, and with that,
what have I done, man? What have I done?
You know, at a point, I begin to say, can this man now become a liar or what? But all that being done, you know, as I'm speaking to you now, I begin to agree with that man of God that actually Buhari was sent for a purpose. And that purpose is what all
it's
of
manifesting
us are becoming.
today.
Buhari said that he has met the yearnings of Nigeria. So many people are upset.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it the other way, for me, he has, because Buhari has made us to realize that, number one, the secret and the deception of trying to paint oneness of Nigeria can never
It's a facade that will never last. And in fact, it's a lie that is already being torn apart, even right now in our lifetime. So yeah, thanks to Buhari. I agree.
That's one thing I said, that actually God brought Buhari for a purpose. Because since Nigeria started, no lead, even the military junta, none of them has behaved the way this man and this government has behaved in every ramification.
Like Nigerians are used to corruption, right? Nigerians are used to corruption, corrupt or the individuals, military or politicians, but Nigeria has never witnessed this level of division ever. I've lived long enough, Ken. You're probably older than myself, and from experience, you can tell me, has Nigeria ever been this divided? They said the last time Nigeria got to this stage of division was before the Biafran War. Like, it was never like this, ever. Go on, Baba.
It has never been, and you see the stage Nigeria is now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, no matter whatever you try to do, you cannot take Nigeria back to where it was at 2014. It can never work again. Because why? No matter how you try to fix it, the level of division and the kind of consciousness people have. For example, I would summarize with this. You see, I said when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, I told somebody they came late. He said, why should I say it? I said, they cannot kill Nnamdi Kanu. But even if God permitted it, they have came late. I said, why? Because what his brokers have done to Nigeria.
He's already done his job. He's delivered his message.
Never correct. The message has so much gone so far.
It's been planted, exactly. It's already been planted. It's germinated. Even if you kill him, you are just going to give birth to 10 of him or hundreds of him that will spring up. And these ones, you will never be able to control anything.
The consciousness of every indigenous person in Nigeria, whether they are pretending to continue to collect their crumb or what. But even the politicians themselves, they have come to the realization that there is an ulterior agenda to take over lands of people. And that one alone is a great credit, because everybody's on the resistance side, no matter how they pretend. Everybody's pushing hard. Otherwise, Fulani would have probably, who knows what would have happened.
And like people who are like on these cheap drugs, the politicians in Nigeria are not saying this, or maybe because they are the brain behind it, they don't give a damn. Because you see what, right? They are not slowing down. All things that led to this level of division, vile hatred, and all of that we're seeing in Nigeria today, right? Those who made that happen and everything that made that happen, they are still happening. Therefore, we should never look forward to it ending anytime soon. It's just going to get worse.
The reason why my conclusion with you today is the Alaba international market. Why I didn't dabble into it is because it's not a surprise. It's what I anticipated. And more of it will still happen. That one is something we know that is going to happen, and more of it will happen.
I mean, so I hope, I hope that they are not just going to stop at resisting them. These guys have nothing to lose, and I don't want to wake up tomorrow and hear that Alaba international market is on fire. But if that should happen, now we can all know who are the brain behind it.
Listen to me. Listen to me, Maiyegun. I'm an Igbo man.
Go on.
And I don't want to be sentimental about it. We Igbos, we are a little bit selfish.
Okay.
Why do I say that? You see, how many times do we need to learn? How many times? Okay, since you want to live in Lagos, you know that you have something to secure. Then since they want to accept the politics of Nigeria, they must be willing to pay the price. The price is that nonsense they are doing to them. Because they are the reason, they are part of the reason why the nonsense is still going on. I don't want to, because they are
without having to blame the victims of an unjust system. But I get your drift, Ken. But thank you very much. Okay, let me take another call.
Like what they are doing to them, but at the same time, putting up resistance, like you said now, we are resisting somebody that has nothing to lose.
Yes.
So I mean, does it make sense? So you have to find a way to avoid a major collateral damage.
Just comply. That's the only way. No, the only way is for them to comply. They have to pay.
And they burn down the market. Who is losing?
No, so what actually touches me when I was thinking about it, and I just didn't want to promote something that would look like a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to wake up and see that this happened. Okay, but it's typical. It's not new. Markets have been going up in flames all over Nigeria lately. Okay, and we have seen those who are the victims, the casualties. And we know that, okay? So, talking about that, right, that simply means when they do that in Lagos, what will happen is this. They will shut the market. Yeah? Lagos State government will say it's on fire and everybody should go home.
Let me even chip in this.
Yeah.
You see, in as much as those guys, we believe they may be Tinubu camp or what. These things may not even be exact people you are even thinking they are. This could be a conspiracy created by outsiders of Lagos, or outsiders of Yoruba land.
Okay.
What they are trying to create is the division between the Yoruba.
Oh, Ken, that is why you see when you said, wait. If we go that route, you are doing what you said you don't want to do. I'll tell you why, okay? This is not us speculating anymore. We know what caused the fight. We know those behind the fight. They have names. In fact, it's been going on for months. Negotiation about, no. You can't take money from the traders. No, you can't do that. They've been doing that for months now, okay? So don't let us go to, maybe no. They know them. They are Lagos. They are boys on the street. They know. Sure you get. Today just happened to be the day. They said nobody go open shop. Since you no agree. I don't go open today. So those in the market also said, you know what? Today is your last day too. You have been doing this nonsense. We no go agree. So they know themselves. So this is not like outsider or people. In fact, it's not politics. Hang on, it's not politics.
You know me.
They are only protected. These guys are now. Here it is, right, Ken? They are protected by the political power that be. If not, why would thugs invade markets and there is no police, there is no soldier? That's where that part comes in. Sure you get.
Of course, you know what that means.
So we know those who did it. They know themselves. So they have been calling their names. Sure you get.
We know those who did it, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. For me,
that there could be external influence as well. But I mean, it's just been going on for a while.
I didn't watch the video, and I just joined your program. So I was so upset with the whole thing because we know very well that this thing. But what I'm trying to tell our people, that's why I brought that line of thought.
Yeah, like what if
I want to tell our people?
You are such a very smart person. I've been speaking to you now lately, regularly. Ken, you hang on. Ken, what I'm saying is this: you are such an intelligent person that your line of thoughts, right, are so convincing. And if you go that route you wanted to earlier, right? I will begin to agree with you because they are like a possibility scenarios that we should not just be one narrow-minded. I mean, look at it this way. That's why I said, no, Ken, please don't go there. We are not investigating. We actually know the players of what happened. It has nothing to do with Yoruba versus Igbos. Hang on, it has nothing to do with Yoruba versus Igbos. It has nothing to do with politics, PDP, APC, nothing. It's just the usual. The usual Agberos doing their own Agberoing. But some paid social media bandits are now trying to make it Igbo versus Yoruba fight.
God bless you. That is it.
So I am trying to let people know that the system allowed it because they allowed them to make all this demand because of what they make from the system. If the system says traders are to be protected, normally nobody should present what happened in Lagos as Igbos versus this. We are talking about politically sponsored thugs who are like the muscles for the politicians in Lagos, doing what they like there's no government. Hello there.
Hi, Maiyegun.
Baba.
How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm good. This is Kenneth from Maryland.
Oh, I have another Kenneth. Did you say?
Yeah.
Another Kenneth from Maryland. How are you?
Okay, yeah. To add my contribution briefly, based on what you just saw, as you can see, you saw the video of that class going on in Alaba International. That's just a prelude, just a prelude of exactly the charade, the 2023 election, how it's going to play itself out.
Bless you.
Because it is already right there in our very eyes. And then the Lagos Ababoku, all of them, it's all religion, it's all ethnic politics. That's exactly what they are.
And those who are promoting them, and so those who are promoting it, they are protecting these thugs.
Exactly.
And it is, it's sad, Sha. It's sad.
It is, Maiyegun. It is sad. But unfortunately, it is staring right in front of us on our face. And it's not like as if we don't know. You've been saying it from the word get-go. You've said it, you've painted it exactly the way it is. Ironically, we are living the reality as it presents itself to our face. If you remember when Fela sang some of the songs, and if you listen to some of Fela's songs, you will see that everything he said then, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, is still playing itself out right there in our eyes. So what you see in Alaba International is just a tip of the iceberg of the big one that is coming. Then, if you look into
the continuing illegal detention of Mazi, that's another one. Sure, go on.
Exactly. That tells you that really just tells you that what we have are civilians in sheep clothing, but they're actually a military government, or even worse than a military government. Because you're not going to have you can't have a government, you can't have a court, your own very court, saying let go, let this guy go.
I've never heard of where they are appealing appeal court judgment, but now they said they are going to appeal that. I mean, a lawless government who want to keep law and order. Does that make sense?
Of course not. Listen to if you look at it, I'm not a science or a success student, but I did government, and in everything I read in government, and even aspect of laws, it clearly shows that if a court says, okay, well, we have nothing against this guy, we gotta let this guy go. Let this guy go. Then you follow the protocol, you follow the process.
Even if you are not happy with it, if you are not happy, first you will obey the court. Then you can go back, right, and restart your case. I mean,
what we have is we have a government who has no regard and respect for the three arms of government, no regard for the rule of law, no regard for what is called
due process or whatever as well. No,
of law. They don't. What you have are a bunch of back buffoons,
Go on, because they are like a bunch of quacks who are now running the public affairs. I mean, is ridiculous, I'll say.
It's what we're watching the Elm Street nightmare, a nightmare right under our very eyes. And then ironically, this douchebag will come to the press. And they are especially using that their puppet they call Liamo.
Liamo.
And then that one will be lying beyond the lie.
See, Kenneth, right? Kenneth. Kenneth. Yes. I have just like you said, yet, but in my own word, right? I have never seen shameless old men and women who lie shamelessly. Like they don't care that they are lying. But when you say, but that's a lie, it's like, shut up your mouth. You don't tell Agbalagba, don't tell that he is lying. Don't you have a father at home? Even if an elder is lying, don't say they are lying. You want to grow, Dabi? I say, shut up, sir. Don't tell me not to tell him. He's lying. He's a liar. My friend, can you call your father a liar? My father didn't lie. This guy came on. He lied. He's caught in his lie. And he's doubling down. Liar more.
But that is why we are where we are.
Exactly.
We're not progressing. We remain where we are because we accept the institution and the culture of accepting things that are not only just been updated, but things that cannot even work in the current state of the situation of the world we live in. You can't do that. You cannot be looking at me and you are lying. And then
you're lying and you're telling me not to say something. You are telling me I'm disrespectful. You are disrespecting me. Did you ever think of that? You look at me and you lie. I mean, what you are saying is not corresponding to the reality. And you are called out on that and say, well, what you said is not true. And you say, can you tell your father that your father is lying? Hey, hello. Can you give it a break? You lied. You are a public official. You lied. That you are an old man is even a shame. That you are an old man, boldly, you lied. And somebody said you lied. You said you don't get father for house. You are telling me, even if I lie, say you don't get father. You are a shameless old man. Accept. That's what I said to them.
We are in a situation, say whether they like it or not, Maiyegun. And I would say it is all sincerity. Is that they can continue to live in denial. They can continue to live as if it is not happening. Guess what?
It is happening.
Nation will happen. The Biafra nation will happen. Nigeria is on life support.
Because these guys are not even stopping. They are still doing worse. They are pushed us to this stage. So if they continue, well, good luck to them and see how long they will hold it together. I don't see them do that for long. They can't hold it together for long.
That is why I told you, Maiyegun, I said the truth will shine when the time comes. They can run, they can hide. Guess what? The clock is ticking. And that clock is ticking, and when
it will indeed catch up.
Where exactly. Let me leave.
God bless you, Kenneth. Thank you so much for your time and for stopping by always. Okay.
Nice talking to you. You're a great guy.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. Thanks for the support as well, man. You stay safe, Baba. So that is Kenneth from the US as well. I've got a lot of them. I have Ahmed. I saw Ahmed trying to get in. I saw Osita trying to get in, and a lot of guys trying to get in. Our time is coming to the close. But whatever happens, okay. For those who still share with us, I'm going to say I'm waiting. However, for those who have been with us all night, please, you can still drop that like. I mean, we were like almost 2,000 on YouTube earlier, 2,000 of us. And we've only have about 600 or so. Only 600 of us who have dropped their offerings. That is not really, that's not good. That doesn't really tell or say well of you, the members of the Temple of Truth that always show up every now and then. And this is your first time, okay? You can still take a moment, like my broadcast, subscribe onto my channel. It takes just about 10 seconds like this. Just take a look. See, it is as simple as that. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I have a caller on the line. Hang on. I don't know. Did I just got the right? So there is a part I nearly missed, and I lost that call. Okay. So I told you that the policemen in Nigeria were shooting, physically challenged athletes in Surulere in Lagos today because they were protesting non-payment of their, of their salaries. Can you imagine that? These athletes criminals are holding disabled athletes that served Nigeria. And today in Lagos, Surulere, that stadium, the police were shooting tear gas at them. How dare them? An athlete. Ekpe.
Imagine.
Now waiting at the fight with you.
You don't fight normal human being and disabled you fight. How much? It's over.
Imagine.
Disabled now the fight.
Now waiting at the fight with you.
You don't fight normal human being and disabled you fight. How much?
Why they run? Why they run?
Lagosians are like crazy people. Sure, you get me now. Which one is police cannot fight human being? They are fighting disabled. Are the physically challenged people not human beings? These are those who represented Nigeria on different competition, different forums, right? I mean, some people say you not get problem. But which one is police are not? They cannot fight proper human beings. They are fighting disabled. Are disabled people not humans? I don't know many of you heard that comment, but again, let's ignore that. But truly, why would you have a policing system that doesn't care about the physically challenged people? That they are shooting tear gas. Look at this one. If somebody wait there on clutches or on wheelchair gets shot at this kind of tear gas, disabled person, like in Nigeria. No be person wey get leg lo magbapada. Policemen who are supposed to protect and guide, and I mean they are protesting that they are not paid. No be person wey get leg dey gbakpada si won. That's one of the reasons why you can tell that any future way that they promise you. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Baba.
Ali anodun gan bedroom.
Okay, ngba mi ta ba ni ka so toro fura wa ngba mi alati woju ara kokoko báyìí ni ka leju mora ba pe mo nbe sọ̀rọ̀ ajo ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mo sọ pe lomi akowo pe Maiyegun tó dúró bí ṣìgìdì tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ yìí ṣé kò ipon record ọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí lẹ́nu so ro po dùn gan.
If we don't speak truth, we will die. If we speak truth,
we will die.
We will die. But one thing is, until we adjust, life will not be better. Life will not be better.
So when you say your truth, you have nothing to lose. So then, why don't you just say it?
Even people who died for truth, after their death, they are honored. because the history will
They will
be
always be
kind.
honored.
So that is why we strive to always be on the side of the truth. Maiyegun.
Baba.
Maiyegun.
Baba.
Kò sí Nigeria mọ́ o. Nigeria again. People always say you are too bad. But this is the truth before. Bring Atiku, bring Wike, bring Tinubu, bring APC.
Everybody see one chance already. I've told people, I said anywhere where you turn, as long as it is Nigeria, if you get sense, you're going to say, want to get you. Any chance where you get opt out.
Bring flood. Bring Nigeria judiciary. The after that commanded to go back to industrial court breach the rule. The industrial court has breached the rule. Now you have a president. You tell the evil leaders that court will decide Nnamdi case.
But they
court don't decide that. You said you don't want political solution. Judiciary has decided now.
What is next? Because they have always wanted them to pick up arms so they can have a reason to level down the eastern Nigeria. This is something. This is a gift that the Igbos failed. I mean, the Igbos are continue to deny Buhari. He wanted that gift so bad, but it seems he's not getting it because, Baba, what's going on?
Nigeria, to me, I keep telling people there was a country called Nigeria.
There was a country.
There was a country called, and I prove it to everyone. I just hope we get out of this. We are no more in a country. We are in Abyss.
It's like we are in the hands of a cartel. People are not like real people anymore, like cartel. It's just about wherever it can, Baba.
Finally, I told people, in Nigeria, you will be getting poorer and poorer every day.
Yes.
Yeah, and do a politic. You will be getting poorer and poorer every day. We are not living again.
We're just surviving.
We should get out of this. We should get out of this mess. There is nothing again. The water that should have used for irrigation, the water that should have used
is now the one drowning us, washing us away.
Power.
They carry us away.
Hello,
Baba, I'm with you. All ears.
The earlier we ignite more fire in ourselves and get out of this mess. We have not said 2023. Let's forget it. They will continue to bring confusion and bring confusion.
Yes.
I want to go get around one more. They are just pushing on, get around
they
one
don't
more.
feel like we want to lose it all. They are just pushing the last button too. Everybody, it can't be like say, Baba, it can't be like say everybody push their last button. And the whole thing is pointing to one thing. That 2023, the belly with the thing get, by the time he give birth, Nigeria will be dead. And people say it.
Thing is there. Let's finally,
yes, sir.
The building of the nation are in TOT.
Yes.
Let's start something about our life mission. Our life mission, we want to leave something good for our children.
Yes.
God help you. I love you, Maiyegun.
I love you too, sir. Thank you so much for stopping by and then at the same time for your patience, okay? Stay safe and stay safe. Because the person with this stay alive will fight. Stay alive. Please stay alive. Everything, whatever you do, my brethren on the temple of truth, please stay alive. Grandma, grandpa, all of you are the members of the temple of truth. You are all valuable. Whatever you do, please stay alive. We need you. We need ourselves. And we need this platform to continue to debunk some of their repeated washed up lies that continue to be rinsed, wash, and repeat. We need to save ourselves. And the only way we can save ourselves is when we have the right information. Right information that can empower you to debunk lies that can decapitate or incapacitate you, which is what most most of the time what these guys are really doing. Get you so to that imbecilic stage where, as grown up as you are, you will barely be able to think for yourselves, and then they can manipulate you as always. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hey, thank God I've got through today.
Thank God you got through, and you are my last caller, so it must be a double thank God. So thank you for calling in.
See? Yeah, thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I joined the discussion late.
Oh.
But I joined at the time when you were talking about the Chinese setting up police stations in Nigeria.
People don't talk, say, oh my, it don't happen. It don't happen. I said,
well?
They calm down. It never happened yet. At least not what they have told us.
Well? Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. Go on.
Did I hear you well that Nigeria has approved it?
Yes.
That's horrible. Nigeria, there are Nigerians in China. And
do we have Nigerian police stations in China?
Will Nigerian government say they want to go and set up police station for Nigerians in China?
No.
The Chinese people living in the United States, they go over.
They are operating under the laws of the United States. If they commit any crime, they go to jail in America, not Chinese police arresting them. I agree with you.
Exactly.
They say Africa is a third world country. Nigeria is the head, and they are happy to welcome them.
God.
It's happening. It's happening.
Oh my God, that's impossible.
It's happening. It is happening.
Oh my.
You might just land in the airport. Listen, you might land in the airport one day in Lagos, right? And you see this one, say, which one be this one? They say, custom. Which one be this one with this uniform? Now immigration. Which one be that one? Now Chinese police.
Chinese police.
They won't check you. They say, why Chinese police go to check me? They say they are part of, they are helping provide security. After you leave this one, that one, you go there, they go check you. That's the future. And people should be worried, honestly speaking. But these days, you probably don't even know what to worry you anymore because it's always like endless. It's endless.
That's unheard of. Oh my God. This is horrible.
And listen, all of these police stations, they are not allowed in northern Nigeria. It's not part of the deal. I intentionally didn't want to say that earlier. Now I have to tell you. All these Chinese police stations are going to be in southern Nigeria. Because these are the areas that they believe that their investment, their workers, their citizens, and all of them are prone to be arrested for one crime or the other. Listen, this is not just a crime of domestic or whatever you. Chinese nationals, they are carrying out Ponzi schemes in Nigeria. They are carrying out loan shark apps in Nigeria. They are doing horrible things that are indeed so criminal. But to protect them, they need that Chinese police. Because honestly,
God.
That's the stage we are today.
Nigeria is actually finished. That
people don't like you saying that. They say, why would you say that? Just pray that God will come and take over. God will take charge. Now, with that, then you are a real Nigerian. Just say God will do it. Don't say it's over. The hypocrisy stinks, Baba. It stinks. But we will never stop saying it. So that tomorrow all of us will not wake up and say, I'm shocked. Nothing they shock us for here, Baba. Abi, is it shock?
It's terrible. It's terrible. Oh my God.
And it's going to get worse.
I just don't know. The end of that country is near. And I think I've actually lost hope about Nigeria, about that country, Nigeria.
Congratulations.
The earlier we split, the better for all of us.
Congratulations that you've lost your own hope and you've realized it too.
Our separate ways.
I said congratulations that you've actually realized that you've lost your own hope for a reason, right? Others are queuing up. Now after 2023, now then they go confirm their own lost hope. So we are still waiting. Now, turn by turn. You see, we say something about turn by turn Nigeria Limited. You see this particular one, now turn by turn. So congratulations. Una don't get your own confirmation. So wait, don't rush.
Oh, God.
After 2023, yeah, a lot of people who are going to abuse you for saying what you just said now, they're going to say the same thing like you. And then you're going to welcome them and say, congratulations, brethren. Then what do we do?
Yeah.
Let's break it up and save lives. Thank you for your time. I'm going to go on now and call it a night, yeah?
My name is
Giorgio, Baba. Thank you very much. You stay safe, okay? And have a good evening, okay? So let's call it an evening. We've had a wonderful near 3 hours conversation. I've actually shared a lot in this short clip. And if you are just joining us, okay, I would advise you watch this from the start again. It's quite interesting. I enjoyed myself, and I have enough to share with you. And like I said, in the middle of the broadcast, let's leave all the politics and all the other things around politics for now. And as you go to bed tonight, I want you to know this: there are millions of people who are currently victims of the flooding in Nigeria, and they cut across over 20 states in Nigeria. They are underreported. The situation is underreported. The help that they need is not forthcoming. In fact, some are trying to politicize it as we speak. It should be a national emergency in Nigeria. Politicians, political parties, and every other pretenders about their one Nigeria should suspend all their campaigns. You have a national emergency, man. For real, oh. I mean, I know say some of you don't get heart anymore. Nigeria don't burn your heart. They don't. I mean, Nigeria has dealt with you that you don't even have empathy anymore. But you see this particular one, I don't think we should be busy now just blaming and blaming. Whatever we can do, support, help. When you see people raising help or support, even if you can't really help by giving, help them share the message. You'll be saving lives. I wish Nigeria was a country. If what is going on in Nigeria right now is happening in any part of the world, Nigerians self go, they say, I stand with France, I stand with UK, I stand with America, because it's so horrible. And I wish we actually have all the full details and attention on them, and they get the help they need. I wish you all the best. So thank you very much for your time. I'm going to see you some other time on this platform. Until then, please stay safe. I keep saying it. Stay safe. Because it seems that's the best I can say to you. Because if you stay safe, you are likely going to join us to fight to stay alive. And you know what I mean? So good night from here. I'm going to see you some other time. Odaro.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun dayari Politico.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.